I wasn't in the door 10 feet when love struck. Will you look at this cat? His name is Lucas. Just one of the many cats you'll find here at Protectors of Animals in East Hartford. Jody Macrina is the president of the board of directors, and Jody and I have known each other a long time.
I have been with Protectors of Animals since 2000.
22 years.
Oh, I know. Do I get a gold watch?
Yeah. You get a gold cat.
We're incorporated in 1975, so we're one of the oldest grassroots mainly volunteer organizations in Connecticut. Our 50th will be in 2 or 3 years, and that's really pretty great for a band of volunteers.
278 volunteers to be exact. Now that's incredible. All taking care of these wonderful cats. They also take care of big and small dogs at 2 separate locations in other parts of the state.
Our mission is simply to improve the lives of cats and dogs in the communities we serve. We do confine all of our activity to Connecticut. We don't import animals. We're really okay with groups that do. We understand why, but all of our support comes from the Connecticut residents, and so we confine ourselves to our activities within the state.
Where do the cats come from? Where do the animals come from?
Mostly the cats from the streets. We do have a wait list where we will take in cats under distressed situations, but really only that. Private surrenders have got to have a really great illness or displaced from their home or something, not just, I don't want this cat anymore. So most of them come from backyards, people who are kind and start feeding, and we bring them in as best we can.
They adopt out close to 100 dogs and 750 cats a year. James Breen started at the shelter 7 years ago, socializing the cats, and today is vice president of the board.
I'd always wanted to give back to the community. Nonprofit work was always something I really cared about, and when I thought about it, it had to be animals. I grew up with cats, I grew up with dogs, and one of the lessons I learned early was you can't solve all the world's problems. And now, as a young kid, that's not a fun discovery, but it's enough to solve some of them. And that's one of the things that I've loved so much about being here is you can see when you've solved, when a cat goes out the door. One of the things we get a lot that we strongly encourage is we'll get photos from adopters about 3 months later, 6 months later, and just showing us how the animal's doing. And it's so great to get that, just that memory to see like they really are, this is a success story, and we get that all the time.
Equally important is the work Protectors of Animals does when it comes to controlling the pet population. On site, you'll find a low-cost spay and neuter clinic. That's what you're looking at right now.
The spay-neuter clinic is open to the public. We buy affordable. We have very low-cost spay and neuter opportunities. That's all we do. Our goal is to reduce the overpopulation and to help the people, the pet owners out there that are struggling to find affordable spay-neuter care. We do recommend our community vets for follow-up appointments. We like people to continue with the vet care after they have been to the clinic, but that specifically is what we do.
All right.
And we are modeled after the Humane Alliance protocol, which is out of Asheville, North Carolina.
Just toward the end of last year, more than 15,000 surgeries since we opened just about 5 years ago. So we've been
15,000 spay and neuters in this location, in this facility.
Yeah, it's amazing to be able to see the impact we've had. And as Jody noted, we have a great team. We have great vet techs, assistants, great veterinarians. It's a package deal, and the ability to do that despite and to make it through COVID, which was an incredible challenge for the animal welfare industry and the spay-neuter space in particular, is, we're so grateful for the success we've had.
Success all around with the clinic and adopting out so many good cats and dogs. This little guy's name is Polly. She loves her lovin'. Look at what happens when I stop.
And the doors are open on these condos because we don't believe in caging them 24/7. As Manny is the warden, And Manny knows who gets along, and so they are out and about to get plenty of exercise and interaction with the volunteers. And if somebody doesn't get along with someone else, then they go in and the others come out. But you'll always find open doors here.
That's great.
Just a quick note, since COVID, the adoption process has changed. They no longer have open hours where you can just walk in.
But how do I know which one is for me?
Well, we have a website that posts all of our adoptable animals. We have a great placement and phone team that you can call in and speak to. Email, because we are all volunteer, email gets a much quicker response sometimes than a telephone, but we do pride ourselves on returning all of our calls, even if we can't help, to let folks know that we do care.